Welcome to Lesson 3, Using Models to Multiply. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to use different tools that will help you with your multiplication questions. So let's look at an example together. There are 4 classes with 36 students each on a field trip together. How many students are there on the trip? Pause the video and see if you can write down a multiplication question that will answer this question. 4 times 36 is the multiplication question that will answer this question. We're going to break down this tough multiplication into 2 simpler ones, but first let's look at the number 36. We know that the number 36 can be broken down into 30 plus 6. And so the question 4 times 36 can be turned into 2 multiplication questions, 4 times 30 and 4 times 6. So these 2 multiplication questions together is the same as 4 times 36. We're going to begin by looking at 4 times 30 first, and we're going to use base 10 blocks to help us with this multiplication. When we use base 10 blocks, we know that these rods symbolize 10. So 3 rods, 1, 2, 3 across, makes 30. And 4 times 30 means we have 4 groups of 30. So here's our first group, here's our first group of 30, second group of 30, third group of 30, and fourth group of 30. So all together here, we have 4 times 30. If we count the 10 rods, if we count by tens, we'll know what 4 times 30 is. So here we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. So the answer to 4 times 30 is 120. Now let's look at the other multiplication from 4 times 36, which is 4 times 6. So we're going to use the little 1 blocks from the base 10 blocks. 4 times 6 means we have 4 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have 6 in each row. So if we count, we see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if we counted all the little blocks together, we would see that 4 times 6 is equal to 24. So just to review, 4 times 36, we turned into 4 times 30 and 4 times 6. And we just learned that 4 times 30 makes 120, and 4 times 6 makes 24. So now if we add up 120 plus 24, we get 4 here, 4, and 1. So 144. So 4 times 36 is 144. So on the field trip, there were 144 students altogether. With the word problems, it's always a good idea to write your final answer in a sentence because the question asks you in the form of a sentence. Let's look at one more way that we can do this multiplication question. This time we're going to use graph paper instead of base 10 blocks. So this array that we drew on our graph paper shows 4 times 30. There are 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, with 30 in each row, and we know altogether that 4 times 30 makes 120. Now let's add 4 times 6 to our array. So this green square shows 4 times 6, and if we were to count all the little green squares, we'd see that there are 24 altogether. So in total, this array shows 4 times 36, and we know that the answer is 144. So here are 2 strategies that we learned for multiplying a number such as 4 times 36. We can use base 10 blocks like in this first strategy, and then simply add up all the blocks that we have together. So we counted by tens to make 120 here, plus 24 more made 144 altogether. Or we can simply draw an array on our graph paper. Again, same idea. We show 4 rows with 36 in each row, and altogether that gives us 144 blocks or squares on our grid paper. So have fun using these strategies with your own multiplications, and please watch the video and ask for help if you need to.